think there's a buck with one antler down there. There's another deer back there. It's just all torn up in here where they're eating these mountain ash berries under this tree. It's early February. I've got no sheds yet. The real big neighborhood buck that I call the 11-pointer. I got word that he shed, and I think pretty much every shed hunter in town is out looking for those. Someone picked up one. I think the other's still somewhere, so I'm out in the dark like a crazy person here. I couldn't get to where I wanted to go, so I'm just doing a quick walk in here. And there's one guy who really wants this antler, and I hope he finds it. I'm still out looking for the one shed that's left from the 11-pointer. I haven't heard of it getting picked up yet. I don't know, but based on the boot tracks, there's a small army of people out here looking. So I don't expect to find it, but thought I'd try. There's not going to be anything else. There's been hardly any bucks in this area. There's just a little buck with a deformed antler, and he's still holding, and there was a real chunky buck with like a split brow. He dropped early, and somebody found one of his already. So yeah, I don't know. It's looking to be a difficult year again here. A bunch of grouse just flew up out of here. I think there's still one down in there. I'm out pulling down some trail cameras. It's late February. Got one camera with no bucks in the area, and this area had a buck that shed real early, but overall there haven't been really a lot of deer. And I'm just walking up to get my camera now, and there's some tracks out here, and they look like cat tracks. They don't look like coyote. They're definitely not a deer or anything. I don't know if you can see it here. I'm curious if there'll be anything on my camera that shows what that is. Well, it's March 12th, and I apologize for the lack of shed hunting going on. I just moved. This is my new spot over in northwest Wisconsin, Douglas County area. And the weather really isn't cooperating for shed hunting. We just keep getting snow constantly, which is actually okay. It's keeping those sheds covered up until I have time to get out and look at them, because I've been so busy with moving that I haven't had time to get out. And I have to get my house in Minnesota cleaned up and ready for a tenant to move in there, so it's going to be maybe, I don't know, we'll see what the weather does, but I'm saying April. Maybe before I can get out and shed hunt some more. I'm out in an area where I've got trail camera photos of a buck that shed real early. And it's April 1st, and I'm just checking out how much snow is left. I didn't think it was too bad. Like, I was walking on top of the snow crust, and then I got to there, and then I broke through. And that's, I don't know, that's at least like 2 feet of snow. So there needs to be a lot more melting before any antlers are going to show up. There's just no deer sign up here at all this year. It looks like we've got coyote there and some grouse there. So it's April 1st today. I moved over to Wisconsin. I'm in an area near where I moved. There are a lot of deer in here, but look at how much snow there still is. This snow is like, it's like taller than my windows here. So I am probably just gonna leave the deer out here alone until this melts down a little better. I've seen a ton of them in here though. Well, I just drove a few hours south. It's April, I think it's the 8th. It's Easter Sunday. I was trying to get away from all the snow up north. We've still got a ton of snow up there. The deer are starting to die pretty bad. They're having a hard time, and I am in like a totally new habitat. I have no idea like where the deer are and what the food sources are. It's looking like oaks and pines in here. But I think the deer might be by like the ag areas more. I honestly have no idea. I'm still walking, trying to learn this new area. A lot farther south than I've ever shed hunted before. And my biggest issue so far is that there's kind of just deer sign spread out all over the place. Instead of being really concentrated like it is up north, there's also oak trees like everywhere. And I just can't quite figure out where I need to focus on to look for sheds. I'm still down south a few hours. It's getting later into the afternoon now, and I was in kind of a big woods setting, and now I moved over into a little bit of public that's surrounded by like agriculture. But I'm not seeing much of anything for deer sign in here. Well, I didn't find any antlers on my day trip down south. There wasn't really any deer sign in here, and I'm worn out for the day, so I'm gonna head back up north to where we've got 2 feet of snow on the ground. It was nice to see some bare ground though. So it's April 12th. I still haven't picked up a shed this year. Just the latest for me ever. But we just went from like 3 feet of snow on the ground now to everything just suddenly melting. I think it's almost 80 degrees today. It's like 70 yesterday, so the really nice thing about that is that suddenly all the snow's melting and there's no boot tracks because everybody can't just get everywhere in like a day or two. Oh, I was just having a laugh. I mean, people think that springtime is like a pretty time of year, but up here it's like it's dirty melting snow and mud and like animal poop from the whole winter. And there's like, look at all this, there's like snow mold on everything. It's absolutely disgusting. The snow melts and there's usually litter all over, and like springtime here is actually the grossest time of year. It's April 13th. I'm so tired. I mean, I've been working during the day and I don't have a desk job. I'm on my feet all day, and then I've been shed hunting all evening. And I'm so tired at this point, doing this all week, that I don't think I could spot a shed if it jumped into my face. But it's nice to be out here walking. The snow melted down so fast. I mean, really within the last few days, I was hoping I was the first person out here, but we got boot tracks. It's April 15th. I'm out on just a miserable, rainy, wet, cold day, and it's supposed to snow again tomorrow. Found something, probably a doe. I always check. Oh, that's a shed buck. Ooh, that skull is like crumbling here. Alright, there's got to be some bucks and some sheds in here then. Well, I'm in my southern shed hunting spot, which is probably still the Northwoods to most people. But I'm in like central Wisconsin, trying to learn this area. And I think I see something with antlers there. Let's take a look. I had to take a couple photos. I mean, this is the first antlers I've found all year for 2023. I mean, he's not a big buck, and that one antler is like chewed off. But at least I found something. I'm out in one of my best areas where I saw a buck with one antler in January, and it seems like every spring there's like a guy with his dog out here. And last year, gosh, I think I followed this guy's tracks around for like 4 hours. But he seems to miss some stuff, so I guess I won't give up. I'm getting really frustrated. I'm in an area where I saw a buck with one antler in January and another little buck with him that shed already, and I can't find any antlers in here. I've been walking the crap out of this, and I'm about ready to give up. Oh my gosh, it's April 23rd. I've been walking all day. I'm exhausted. I was up in there. I got kind of turned around, disoriented, tired, and walking through a bunch of buckthorn, and I just wanted to get out of here. I was going to like head down the hill and leave, but then there's this kind of little area of pines over here, and I thought, well, I better just take a look while I'm here. So I didn't see anything. I hopped over this little creek, and then bam, just right in front of my face is a gorgeous antler. And literally this is the latest first shed of the season I've picked up, late April like this. And I'm exhausted. I'm so happy to see this antler. It looks beautiful. Actually, I had a trail camera out in this area this winter, and I didn't get any antlered bucks on it, but I had a buck that like shed. And I don't know, there was like 3+ feet of snow in here, so I just kind of gave up. The deer sign went away, but apparently somebody shed in here. Let's pick it up. Yeah, it looks like it's been here for the winter probably. Oh my gosh, look at that buck. He's so weird. Wow, I am so happy with this. I was kind of worried I might not find anything this year, the way it's been going. Like how many, what has he got going on with points here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points on that. And he tried to grow another one there. That's incredible. Oh my goodness. I got permission to go on some private land and try to find the match to that shed, and there's a ton of bear tracks in here. They're just all over in here. Oh, this is nuts. I'm on some private land I got permission on, trying to find the match to that 6-point shed. It's a couple days later. I just walked like up this trail going up that way, and then turn around and come back. And there's like, I think there's a match set. There's 2 sheds over there. I walked like right by them on the way in. I didn't even see them. Yeah, look at that. Yep, I walked like right there, and I don't know, there's somebody's tree stand is like down over there, not very far at all. I'm going to take a couple more photos of those. This is so crazy. The antlers are right here. The guy's like tree stand is in that spruce tree right there. Like, are they his rattling antlers or something? I don't know. Private land makes a huge difference in finding sheds. These look like maybe a year old, sitting out here for that long. Yeah, they're still really hard and heavy, so got a little color left on them. Yep, match set, drop right here together. Got a little rub there. I'm having a great time on this private land. I don't know how many acres, 20 some acres. It's not huge, but I could probably spend a week walking it. And I found that match set. I didn't even find a match set last year. I don't know if I found one the previous year either, but so that was a good bet to come here. Here's how deep the snow was this winter. These trees are just like smashed over from it. Well, it's April 26th. I'm having a good week. I found a shed Sunday, a nice big fresh one. Then I think it was yesterday I was out and I found a match set from a small book, but still real nice. And I'm still looking for the match to my Sunday shed. And I'm in just a funny little strip of public land here. And there's an old shed there that looks really nice. And the crazy thing is, I was just in here, I don't know, a couple years ago, and I didn't find anything. And I swear I walked through this exact spot, and this thing looks really old. So I must have missed it. I'm gonna have to wash that one off real good. Yeah, that's a nice antler. Well, I wasn't expecting that, man. I'm just looking for the match to that one, and I'm finding all kinds of other stuff. It's late April. I'm over in Wisconsin right now. I'm in an area where the deer were yarded up this winter, and this stuff it's red osier dogwood. The deer absolutely love to feed on this in the winter, and you can see they've browsed like everything in here. The top of it is like chewed off. I'm up in a northern Wisconsin deer yard, and it's pretty much like a deer graveyard out here. I lost count of how many bones and dead deer I found already.